Hey, hello, welcome to Jason's MMA One Take. This week we're going to be going over Vettori versus Holland, who's filling in for Darren Till, who broke his collarbone. But hey, we got a hell of a banger of a card on this week. We also went 9-1 for a banger of an event for Miocic versus Ngannou, who is now the new heavyweight champ of the world. But this is the One Take, let's get into it. Marvin Vettori is going to take on Kevin Holland, and in this one here, I think Marvin Vettori gets it done. The guy is just too ferocious. He has a little bit of ground game, and we saw how badly that can be exploited in the Brunson fight against Kevin Holland. With that being said, even though his striking is phenomenal and Vettori could stand with him, I think honestly Vettori gets it done. He's ferocious. He's going to maul Kevin Holland. Hate to break it to you. In the next one, we have a featherweight matchup where Arnold Allen Allen is going to be taking on Super Sodiq Yusuff. This one here, really tough to call. Both these fighters are phenomenal right now. They're both on great streaks, but I think that Arnold Allen is a little bit more well-rounded than Sodiq. Sodiq has the superior striking, but I think Allen can exploit that by putting some clinch work in, getting to the cage, getting into the ground, and tiring Sodiq out with his better all-around MMA ability. But that's just my opinion. That's what I think is going to happen. Allen Allen is your W of the night. Then moving on, we have Cuban Missile Crisis, Julian Marquez taking on Sam Alvey. And in this one here, Sam Alvey is on a slide, and Cuban Missile Crisis did strike out with Miley Cyrus, but he's going to pick up a W. He's going to get it done. He's going to take out the aging, the slumping Sam Alvey, who's just been struggling for a long time now. He's 0-4-1 over his last 5, and I think it's going to be 0-5-1 over 6. Your call is Julian Marquez, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Next on it's strawweight, we have Mackenzie Dern, the thirst trap, the sub trap. Either way, she's taking on now Nina Nunes instead of Nina Ansaroff. They got married. So Nina Nunes is a point fighter. The thirst trap, the sub trap's going to get it done. Her striking is there. Even if it isn't there, it's good enough. And I think that she's honestly going to be able to put it on Ansaroff. We've seen some great stuff out of Dern. She's going to keep it going in that strawweight division. She's the call on Saturday. In the next one, we have Florida man Mike Perry taking on Daniel Rodriguez. And in this one here, Mike Perry, tough as hell. Good when he is, he's focused. But I do not think Mike Perry has been focused for a long time. He has problems outside of the octagon, and I think they're showing in his work right now. And I believe that Daniel Rodriguez is going to get it done. He has a vicious striking output. He's going to take it to Florida man Perry, who I believe is not really prepared for this situation. He is fun to watch. He's probably not going to get cut. But there's only so many times you can lose before that happens. So bear that in mind. We are taking Daniel Rodriguez. The next one here, Joe Solecki is taking on A10 Jim Miller and at a lightweight matchup. And in this one here, I think Solecki is just like a younger, better version of Jim Miller. And Jim Miller, at 37 years of age, is not going to be able to be a younger version of himself. Solecki's too good. He gets it done, cruises to victory, in my opinion. In the next one here, we have Marites Gamrot, who did struggle in his opening UFC fight, taking on Scott Holtzman. Scott Holtzman, also another older guy, and honestly, I think for all the struggles of Gamrot in his opening fight in the UFC, this former KSW champion is finally going to get it done here. I think they're giving him one that he can win, and I do expect him to get it done on Saturday. Next one is the ladies' bantamweight fight. This one here, we have a debut, so not much to say. Both of them are relatively inexperienced, but one of them is very young. We have Erin Blanchfield, who's only 21 years old, taking on Norma Dumont. In this one here, I think Blanchfield gets it done. Both of them look good, good talented fighters, but I think Blanchfield gets it done. She's going to be my pick on Saturday. Next one, again, a debut. We have John Makdessi taking on a newcomer, Ignacio Bahamondes. A little struggle with the end name there. Anyways, I believe that is a tough call, but Makdessi is a point fighter, a decision fighter, and despite being trained at TriStar, he has not had a finish since 2015, and we have seen finishes. We've seen killer instinct out of Ignacio. He's going to be the call on Saturday. Next one here, heavyweights. Big fists are going to be flying. They're swinging lunchboxes for hands out there, and it's going to be Yorgan De Castro taking on Jairus Danho. And in this one, I think De Castro gets it done. Both of them are struggling. Both of them really need a W very badly, but I think Castro gets it done. We saw that he can get it done against Justin Tafa and has struggled ever since, but I am still going to make him the call on Saturday. And the next one here, two phenomenal talents. We have Jack Shore taking on Hunter Azure. In this one here, it's hard to go against the unbeaten killer fighter who's getting finishes versus the point fighter Hunter Roger. I'm going to go with Jack Shore in this one. I think that he gets it done. He's looking like a phenomenal talent at bantamweight, and I expect him to cruise to victory. And then next one here, Jordan Griffin is taking on Luis Saldana. And this one here, despite Saldana looking like a hype train, 4 finishes over his last 4 fights, I think that Jordan Griffin is going to derail this hype train through experience, and I do expect him to get it done and make an upset on Saturday. Then the last 2 here, Da Un Jung taking on William Knight. Razor thin down the middle here on this one here, but I think Da Un Jung gets it done. He has a little more experience, and they both have high KO rates, so I do expect a finish in this one either way, but I am taking Da Un Jung to close this one out and pick up the W. Then the last one, Impa Kasanganay is taking on Sasha Palatinov, and I think Palatinov actually gets it done. His striking was near to 2-1 in his opening fight over Kasanganay so far in his stats in the UFC, and Kasanganay is also coming off of that brutal KO that was just like the highlight of the reel of 2020, picking up that spinning back kick where he was knocked out. I think it's going to be a tough run. I don't think for him it's over yet, though. He's going to, I think, come back, but he's going to take another loss. He's going to have 2 in a row on Saturday. We're going with Palatinov. So that has been the calls, and that has been your MMA One Take.